Hi guys, Pink Girly here. Okay, it's been a couple of hours and I had enough flowers and enough room in my pot to do both bundles at the same time. Now, the problem is I don't remember which one it was I wrapped in my other video. And the water was very pink when I opened the lid, especially for this one. So I'm thinking that one flower did have some dye in it. So I'm going to unwrap my bundles. I think this may have been my first one, the one that I did on the video. Yeah, because I think this thread was whiter. I don't really know, but I'm going to see if I can just gently untie this. Now, the other challenge, I should say, not problem, but challenge, is once I unpeel this and I have all this wet paper, where am I going to put it? Because I need it to lay out flat and dry. I can run it into my kitchen and put it on the kitchen counter, but then I have to leave my filming area. And I'm not sure if that's a great idea. I do have some room in the table behind me. Of course, I have a great big table behind me, but I've got that loaded with books and paper, and I think some of you probably can relate to that situation. Now, this could be a big bust. I don't know. We shall see. I mean, the water was really pink. I do see a little bit of, staining coming through there on my muslin, which is really cool. And I did let it cool a little bit. I was in the middle of trying to paint on a rock, so I finished that up and gave this a little chance to cool down. I wish I could figure out how to record and not get that dinging sound from other folks that are online or coming live or posting videos. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hopefully my paper's not going to fall completely apart. Oh my gosh, look at the yellow. Now I have my trash can at the ready. And see, I'm thinking if the paper dries too much, you're not going to be able to get it apart. So, okay, right away I'm thinking the little petals was probably not a great idea. Because now I have all this. Let me move my camera down a little bit. See if I can. And if I pick this off, I'm afraid I'm going to dig up my paper. But see, now I have all these little pieces to pick off. And it doesn't, I mean, they stayed a really nice color, but it doesn't look like they really did anything to my paper. Ah. And I don't think my heat gun's going to do any good because it's like, sopping wet. Well, that tore. I feel like a surgeon. Very little yellow coming out, very little. Which, I mean, I wanted it, not in your face. Lots of tears in my paper. this is one that's going the other way. Let me see if I can get this apart. I don't think I have enough hands. I'll lay this one down here. It's definitely lighter. My other project doing this, the paper was real dark. So that's a plus. I wonder how spices would work. I wonder if we get anything out of them. I mean, this is really cool. The color is very muted. I can get this back on my table so it'll dry. I don't know if you can really see that. If nothing else, I can certainly make tags. For my journals. Man, I wish, well, it is very yellow. I was thinking I wish some of that yellow would really, color would really pop. But I'm just trying to, of course, my big nails don't help the situation. You know what I think? I should probably get this guy out of the way. Well, I think you have to be talented to do this. Certainly patient. Maybe a thicker, better grade of paper I need to invest in. I have some that's a little heavier, but I felt that that was really kind of a slick consistency. I definitely will be doing this again. I do want to try some roses. And the paper's not really disintegrating, but it's really, it is kind of falling apart a little bit. I just can't seem to get, there we go, a good enough edge. Oh, this one has some butterflies. Let's see if this did anything. Get my little tweezers here. Smells very woodsy and grassy. Well, it colored the butterflies, but it did not act as a mask, at least not at this point. Now, if I dry it, maybe it would be better if it was dried. Let me try just a little area here. This kind of looks cool. Got a little bit of pink, blue, purple, blue, and yellow. You definitely cannot see any kind of a design that I was trying to go for. But it's cool. Now I'm anxious to see might keep those little butterflies. I'm anxious to see if it lightens up. I guess it would have to, right? Lighten up when it's drying. I left my pot of water on. Okay, let's see what we have on this one. Yeah, this is just copy paper weights. So I think I probably should have used I think I have the 32 pound. Because I think the copy paper is like 21, 24. I think. And I probably should have folded it a little uneven. I mean, because really, how much would that matter? Because if you put the pages in a signature, they're not right next to each other. You could offset them. Pages are a different size anyway when you make a journal. This is really sticking to itself. If I folded it not exactly in half, then I'd have a little lip on the edge to be able to pull it apart, you know what I mean? And like I said, if I wait too long and let it dry, I'm afraid that it will still pink. And I think this is the one that may have had the dye in it, perhaps, because the water was so pink. I just can't imagine a natural flower that color making the water turn that pink. But it really didn't. I thought maybe the whole, like the one piece of muslin is really pink, but it didn't really make the paper. Well, in the other bundle, the paper might be pink. But this is cool too. This one turned out cool. I did spiny, if you know what I mean, like to really see their veins. So I'm not seeing any of that. This kind of, oh, look. Oh, no, I guess there's butterflies on the other side of that. I got excited. I thought maybe I got an imprint of butterflies, but you can see them through the paper. And that's probably because they're stuck there. Oh, that looks cool. Well, I'm a little disappointed in that I'm not going to have too many pages, I don't think, to use as signatures. But I'll have plenty of paper to use in making tags and adding to maybe some mixed media stuff. They just got stained like the paper. It did not act as a barrier. I wonder if I should have cut out like maybe tin foil or parchment paper or waxed paper. Maybe that would the waxed paper and the parchment it wouldn't let the water pass through maybe. It might still be a good idea, I just didn't implement it correctly. Got some nice greens and yellows under here. Cool. You could make yourself crazy, I guess, and lay out all these little petals in a design. You have to be a really patient person to do that. I guess I'll let the rest of those stay on. I knew I was going to do that. Stabbed a hole through my paper. Have every available surface behind me covered with paper. This is more of the little bits and a couple of little bud kind of. Everything's real squishy. I've got some nice greens though, and light blue. I don't know if you can see that right there in the center or on the corner. That's cool. All right, let's see. Get rid of that stuff. Now I'm getting down to where I had put some of that pink, a crazy pink flower. I should have pulled out some of the pages from my older boil. I don't know if I can grab that real quick. If it's where I think it is, I could. You can't believe the difference. So the pot definitely has something to do with, oh, that's pretty, with the outcome for sure. So, okay, so this makes me wonder. I know everybody has seen these, sometimes in the grocery store where they have those cut flowers that you can purchase in the bundle, and they have all those wild colors, like the hot pink and the neon blue and the neon yellow. So I'm wondering what kind of paper you would get from that, because this pink is really cool. Pink and purple. And then over here I've got more of a yellow and a green. I'm hoping some of the veining of how I put the flowers down will show once it starts to dry. I don't think these guys, they look so pretty, from the bouquet. They didn't do much of anything. All right, this one's going this way. Oh, this is I see. This has the hot pink flowers in there. And this was one of the these were the purpley leaves. Let's get this guy off. Sorry, I have a hard time concentrating and talking at the same time with this stuff. Oh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. I'm not going to salvage that. It's tearing right in half. I didn't make enough space to lay out almost through this bundle. All right, this one's folded here on the left. I should have cleared off more of my table. I feel like I should have suspenseful music playing in the background. Ooh, that gave me some nice yellow. The flower looks cool down here because it's a yellowy orange mixed with some of the pink, I think, from the layer underneath. That's really stuck. This one's all pinks and yellows mostly. Nice. Very pretty. Very pretty. Oh, here are these things I really liked. I don't think they did much. Well, maybe a little bit. They're such a cool looking plant. Oh yeah, that looks cool there. Oh, I hope you can see that. You can see the real definition of the stem. Let me turn it around this way. I don't know if that'll focus up or not. Cool, right? I can hear it now. Well, hon, I need a bigger kitchen, not to cook. I don't want to cook. I do want to cook. I just want to cook paper and plants. Ooh, look at that, guys. That turned out cool. Look. I'm getting myself in trouble here. Look, you can kind of see the head of the flower imprinted on the paper. Love this one. Oh, I gotta lay that someplace very gently. This little guy, I need to rescue. Okay. Right, got paper hanging everywhere. Gonna leave those little petals on again. I've got my single sheet of paper underneath here. That looks pretty. Got that. Very light pink, so that's great. And this is the last piece of this first one. I think this is the original bundle that I did on the previous video. Heavens. I should start in here. Oh, well, that was better. Stinks. Well, now I'm going to be looking for more flowers for sure. Oh. Or like cardstock, right? I could use cardstock. That's cool. You can kind of see the veining of the flowers. There's a little one down here. I can't wait till it dries now. All right, that's bundle number 1. If it wasn't so cold out, I'd put the fan on, the ceiling fan, then they'd really dry quick. I get my little butterflies, put those up there. Shake out my muslin when I get a chance, because that has to dry. All right, let's see what's this in store for us here. Bundle number 2. The unwrapping is taking longer than it was to put them together. Gosh, I wish I had thought to use that heavier paper. It just never occurred to me. Silliness for sure. And this string kind of fell apart. It's all getting separated. So that was unexpected. All right, let's see what we have here. Well, the muslin is really kind of a pretty color. But we got a rogue butterfly. All right, let's see. I lost my tweezers. Oh, here they are. I need my tweezers. I'm definitely going to have to take some of this into the kitchen because I just don't have anywhere to lay it out. Very pink. Oh, I love that weedy stuff. Cool. And again, the butterflies just took on the color. They did not make any kind of a mask that I can see, unless, like I said, it's very subtle. And when the paper dries, I might be able to detect a little image. Okay, let's see what we have here. I think the pink flowers, it definitely took over this bundle. And I had them in the pan laying next to each other side by side, not on top of each other. So I'm really surprised the other bundle was not really as pink. You know, I thought that would, the water would mix and it would be just as pink, but even the muslin wasn't very pink. I can't tell which is the top layer. Here we go. Oh man. Look at that. Now I'm guessing people that are really into the eco printing and stuff would not be too thrilled with this, because I really think that that flower was, you know, dyed. But it's really pretty on the paper. I'm running out of room for sure, guys. I've got it laying everywhere. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I ripped up some pieces of book paper and added to the second bundle. So this is the second bundle. I forgot about that. I see it sticking out here. I didn't want to put any with the lettering in it, was because I wasn't sure if the printing, you know, might come off and make the paper dark. So I just added a few sheets here and there. You know how they're in a chapter book, how there's pages in between that, you know, just might have a title on it and there's not much other. I just ripped that apart and used the plain paper. And it was an older book, so it had some aging to it. So I'm not sure if that really did anything. This is going to be cool, but I don't really want to rip up this too much. If I can get this off without digging into the paper. Now these little bits were the center of the flower. I just broke those apart and sprinkled them around. Ugh. I keep scraping the paper. I think I'm going down not too deep. Very pretty color. Just a little bit of yellow on that one. A little bit. Oh, this is from underneath. There's a the butt of a flower poking through the paper. Oh gosh. I could do this all day. Can you see that? It's the little butt of a flower sticking up through the paper. Goodness. Oh yeah, this was a big flower. I wish I could get this color on something. It's the yellow flower with that pink dye. on that flower. Look at that color. Isn't that gorgeous? I guess once you do this a couple of times, you get a handle on what colors work better and give you the best results. I should have put some onion skin in here. Didn't think of that till just now. You can see a little bit of veining over here on this side. All right, let's see. Where can I lay this? Lay this over the back of my chair. Might have to suck it up and just put my ceiling fan on anyway. It won't take long for it to dry, I don't think, because the paper's so stinking thin. I might have to go out and get me some more flowers tomorrow, girls and boys. Okay, now I'm getting down to where I had that book paper sandwiched in. I don't know what causes it to stick in certain spots. Oh, wow. The color on this one's very pretty. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of green, a little bit of veining. This will look cool on a tag or a greeting card, like the underlayer of a mixed media piece. Could stamp on it. Gosh, I hope you can see that. It's really pretty. That one's really pretty. Just gonna lay that one next to me. Oh my! Where do you see this? This is one of those the book pages. Oh, I hope I can get this up. Wow. Got some really dark pink in here. Now, like I said, you can see the edges. This was a old book, from an Agatha Christie book, and the pages were really yellowed. And it was just a last minute thought, throw in some book pages. But I was so afraid of that ink, I didn't want it to come off, so I didn't do full pages. I didn't want any black in the water at all. Now this isn't as crumbly as my copy paper. I don't know if that'll show up. You can see that. That's really cool. Way cool. And this is very green, which is lovely. If I do get any pages that I can use, there certainly will be short pages. Not too sure I can put wholly pages in a journal. Here we go. Oh, yeah, man. Look at that. That is way cool. Now that kind of left a little white spot where that petal was. Nice. I'm hoping that when this dries, I can brush most of this off. So now I'm really wondering, I wonder what it would look like if I sprinkled it with some tea leaves, and if you had different kinds of tea leaves. I might have to check that out. To find a tea shop and go in and buy little bundles of tea. Plus, it would smell great, right? So I was going to leave this dry, but I get so anxious to see what it looks like. Try to bring that up as close as I can. And of course, I sprinkled the center of the flower on this one as well, and it still has all those little pieces. But this looks like a cool page. And we got another Agatha Christie page here. That's really cool. It's amazing how differently that took the plants and took the color from the plants than the copy paper. There's the. You see that? Cool, right? Oh, got just a little edge of the leaf there. Oh, man. It's amazing how from the one bundle to the other, from the same bouquet of flowers, I mean, I feel like I spread the different flowers into each bundle, but this one's a lot more green. And of course, a lot more pink. Look how cool that is. Nice. It's kind of purple in the corners, but real green in the center. Wow. Thrilled with that. I just am loving this book paper. to do a test with, you know, the pages that have the words on it, because this is a nice weight. And look how nicely it took the flower. Sweet. Sweet. All right. Oh, I love my new pan. This one I just tried to really smush it. Oh, you can kind of see that smashed flower. Oh, I don't think you can see it. You can see just a little bit of the pattern of the flower. Look how the pink sucked up the ripped torn edge. Got paper everywhere. I've got it hanging from my lamps. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe a little. You can see it, maybe a little. Cool, right? Oh, I'm gonna hang that right over the top of my camera. This one really took on the green. And the edges that were hanging out got the pink. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's see. My goodness, we're almost coming up to an hour for the unveiling of the paper. Cool. Look at this edge. Cool, right? Love it. Oh, that little guy was kind of bent down. And he really gave me a lot of yellow. Look at that. He was kind of squished. But that really made a fairly dark yellow impression. And I really can't see where to get this apart at. I feel like I'm playing that game Operation. Waiting for that buzzer to go off. Oh, goodness. It's so sad. Can't get out to the edge. There we go. Ah, that stuck to my finger. To boot. Wow, this page is really yellow. Ah. Cool. Really cool. Oh, I found the spot where I don't have paper. Doubly cool. All right, I only have a few pieces left. Not too much green here. I was running out of flowers, so I just have the yellow flower and some petals that were thrown. They really gave me a nice deep color. So that's good. And then another piece of the book paper. And I've got a streak of pink. There was one of those crazy stems. If you remember, I said in the first video, I wasn't too sure about those stems. They were an odd color, but it really made a pink streak on that piece of paper. And then the final sheet. All right. Here we go. Last one. Of course, I just ripped a big hole in there. Got a leaf on the other side. Cool. Very light, muted, beautiful. Well, I think overall I'm pleased, except with the quality of my paper. So I'll rectify that, and I'll definitely do this again. I think I'll make another video once this dries, maybe make a tag and show you how I use it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you're not a sub, please join. And don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.